Watch me flex my flow, you'll be the next to know. Spit it hot flambeau, swing them bars like whoa. Grab the remote control, must have called a million times, I'm on the other side, hello. Better watch that stream, caught up in the tractor beam. Scrub that beat with bleach, so when I hit it, bro, I spit it clean. Burn it now, have to turn the furnace down. Y'all don't want this beef, I hit them with a holy cow. Hit them with the verse, got them thinking, wow. This ain't a game, kid, why you play around? This that ill spit, them bars are so sick. I'll shock the whole world, anaphylactic. Every single time I spit another rhyme, the planets all align so bright I blind them with my shine. Bro, I'm designed to make your confidence decline. Every line about to blow like stepping on a landmine. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh my God, what an epic weekend of racing. Man, if you don't know what Douglas Schufeld just did at the first ever Roar Enats, Rome, New York, this kid straight up killed it. I can't wait to have him on the show. He will be up shortly, but of course, I'm going to have to start with our local event, which is Spark RC. Man, what an awesome weekend. Happy to be back out at our local track. There was some great racing, but of course, even better folks out at the track, making sure that everybody was having a good time. So let's get right into the mains. We're not going to mess around at all. So two-wheel drive buggy A main, Jason Rainey with the S-Works front A-arms, no doubt, taking the win. Coop, what's going on? Can't wait to see you at the, I'm going to say the Nitro Blast. Got some mats for you, big guy. John, man, what's up? Kyle, another fast one, man. Holy crow. And yeah, he's laughing about the S-Works A-arms there on his K car, but it definitely worked because he was able to hold off Fabian for second and Doug Malott for third, taking the A main two-wheel drive buggy win. We are going to go to the next A main, which is 4x4 short course, my personal favorite class. You got Mike Moore Sr. taking the win. Got Martin Berthium taking the number 2, and my girl, Michaela Ross, coming in the last podium spot, number 3. Super proud of her. Definitely doing good. What's going on, Greg? John Blakely in the house. We're definitely going to have him on in a bit, showing off a little something secret. Well, it's not real secret. You all know we got the Nitro Blast coming up next weekend. It's going to be great. Looking forward to it. John sent me a little sneak teaser video, so we will be sharing that in a bit. Basically, this is the 10 scale two-wheel drive truck A main. We got Ollie taking the number 1 spot over Brandon Marshall, and Richard Fox holding down the 3rd spot. Definitely some close racing in that battle there. Up next is the Wheeler. And you know what? All I got to say is Annie and Johnny had an awesome battle. Ollie and Dennis were definitely cruising. And, man, I got to say, huge shout out to Kyle. Because if you look, Adam Ross started 3rd. Kyle started right behind me. And I was driving like a pansy or something like that. And Kyle got into me, and he waited. We both dropped down to last and second last. I was able to kind of get back a little bit. And then the last lap, you can't see it, but let me see Adam Ross's laps. I took it out on a techno. I hit somebody right here last lap, not mentioning any names, Dennis Mayville, but I wouldn't have been able to pull it together without the support of Mark Curtis. He definitely helped me out. Hooked me up with some tires for the Wheeler, and it made the world of difference. I was able to definitely keep it clean with the better tires. Jeff, what's going on? Big Shadow, Greg Lister, who's back out racing after a major. Yeah, and he was looking mighty quick today, too. It was good seeing Greg Lister back in action for sure. Up next, we got 8 scale, E-Truggy 8 main. You got S-Works 1 and 2. Johnny the Rocket out front, showing them how it's done. And definitely had a fast truggy, but did not have the, well, I don't know like how to put it. Like he had the consistency, he had the fast lap, he had the average, but Brandon was trying to do everything he could to put the kid on the second step. But good to see Johnny Rocket hold them up and not succumbing to the pressure. Definitely a hard thing to do. Derek, what's going on, big guy? Man, what can I say? That race was pretty damn cool for sure. Up last but not least, we got the 8 scale buggy 8 main. You got Andy taking the win over Oliver. Johnny Rocket taking third. Kyle in the fourth. Rick in the fifth. Adam in the sixth. I had third locked up right until, hold on, where's my mouse here? Right until the last lap. I had it in my head. Just stay cool. Just stay calm. Just don't crash. And because I kind of took it easy, yeah, he definitely donked it. Marshall didn't realize I was in the hunt, and it was definitely crazy. John, Andy is definitely hard to beat at that track. He puts in the time, the effort, and he's definitely the one to beat out at Spark currently. But there's a lot of fast cats trying to catch him right now. So as you can see, I got a whole bunch of ambiance just set up for Douglas Schufeld. I went with the orange and the Summit RC Racing and all that stuff because I know that Sean Wang is going to catch up. I even got my keyboard orange for him, for Pete's sake. Like, I know Sean Wang's been a huge supporter of Douglas for a while now. I'm a huge fan, and Douglas is definitely here and now. Douglas is one of those kids that we all got to see grow up. And now he is racing with some of the top dogs in RC. I can't wait to talk to him and get his raw feedback. Like he's still driving home right now. He said, I got to give him 5 minutes. So bear with me. Hopefully, everybody can share these links. Let's get the numbers up there. We're at 25 watching right now. I'm amped for Douglas, man. I can't wait to pick his brain. We got some pictures, we got some stuff, we got a whole bunch of things that we got queued up just to kind of like, show off what happened at the first ever Roar Eat Nats. Now, I'm going to say that I was surprised at the entries, but it being the first Roar Nats, I think that the prestige is just going to grow. Now, I'm not sure what your guys' opinion was, but let's face it. You had Ryan Mayfield. You had Ty Tessman. You had Dakota Fenn. Jerry, what's up? You had Jared Wiggins. You had trying to think. Oh, Tater Sontag was killing it. Joe Bornhorse for S-Works was on fire. There was like a lot of top contenders there for sure. And yeah, Smoking Joe was definitely there. Man, it was a stacked A main. Let's just say that. Like the A main was seriously no joke. Look at that. We're almost up to 30. Let's get it there for Douglas because I know that everybody wants to hear what Douglas has to say. And you know what? Right after we're done talking about his epic performance at the ENATS, we are going to slide in to the Nitro Blast. And I know everybody's itching to get out there It's our biggest race for sure. If anyone downplays that race, they didn't look at the people who entered. No, Martin, 100%. He has to hold his head up freaking super high. And I got my own opinions. I'm a little biased. The kid's just been my people's champ for the last couple years. Just the way that he helps out around the track, just the way that he carries himself, the way that he portrays his sponsors. Everything about the kid is just next level. And I'm finally happy to see him getting the results he deserves because I know he's putting in the work. And man, everybody knows that this hobby is no joke. Like, man, I got my stuff all tore apart. I got a big mess over here. I know that a few people say that, yeah, I should have it done, but I want to make sure that this is ready for the Nitro Blast. We definitely have to get that in and kicking. I'm looking forward to it for sure. Absolutely, John. Very well spoken there. Jim has supported him through thick and thin. And you know what? He hasn't been the nicest at times, but definitely has gotten my respect. He has been killing it. It's just nuts. Looks like a normal race day. Yeah, no, yeah, no kidding, no kidding. Oh man, but he has come such a long way, and I think he's starting to kind of get that whole like appreciation and respect. You know he loves his dad, and you know that he wouldn't be where he's at without the support for him. And definitely, man, awesome to see a father son class doing that. Dougie is well on his way to being world class talent and is a great kid. He and Jim work so hard to be that fast. Absolutely, man. It's crazy. Their program, the work ethic, the amount of time and effort that you have to put in to be competitive at what we just saw at the eNats, it's it's utterly amazing. Hey, look at guys, we are at 30. I thank you guys for getting us up there. And honestly, if you have any question, comments, or anything for Douglas, let's see him. Because man, I seen a whole bunch of love and support going out to Douglas on all of our feeds. Everybody that watches this kid, be at like Spark, O Town, the Barnyard, the new Skycraft Hobbies, Crestwood, all the tracks, were definitely making sure that Douglas was getting the love that he deserved. We had him live in the Ross Racing pits, and to see everybody coming around, clapping and cheering, we're going to get Douglas play by play and kind of feelings on what was going through his head because we were all nervous for him. We were watching. It was the A2 buggy main. And like, man, just when they were announcing all the stuff, like, man, I was grinning ear to ear because all of these sponsors that have come together to help support Douglas is just amazing. Like the kid not only is a workhorse, he is somebody that you can go to with any questions. He helps anybody at any level. And that's what keeps him humble. And like I'm telling you, man, we are gonna get this kid to the worlds. Because man, look out, Ty. We got a new Canadian pro on the prowl, and he is going to be a contender. It is so sick. Yeah, absolutely, man. He helps out anybody. It doesn't matter what chassis. It doesn't matter what kind of freaking gear you're running. He's just that kid. He's super approachable. Actually, I should say young man now because he is coming to his own. He is in the backstage right now. I'm super excited. I'm going to give him some time. The poor kid just got home from like probably the biggest race that we've ever seen him contest in. And man, the competition. We named off a whole bunch. Like, yeah, Matt, like beating the Phenom is no easy feat. And not only did he do it once, not only did he do it twice, he did it 3 times across 2 different classes. Who does that? Who does that? Yeah, Matt, man, I seen your post. I know you were following along with all the action. It was epic because, like, man, to go to something like with this type of prestige and just think, this is the freaking statement one. This is the first ever eNats. And for him to come out like that, it just goes to show that like the worst is yet to come. Now, I know Next year, the ENATS is going to grow a little bit. I know by year 3, it'll be even better. I guarantee by the 5th year, the ENATS will have that pedigree and prestige that maybe not as close as the Nitro, but it's going to grow in popularity because I believe that it is going to be that next big thing. You're Derek, man. I know you were following along. Like, let's face it. How many of us from Ontario were cheering this kid on? Like, I can't even say enough about him. Like, it was just, oops. I got people calling me. I got people tuning in. But hey, watch the show, bud. Yeah, I'm just hanging up on it. But man, it was pretty sick. So I'm gonna give Douglas a little bit more time. And actually, John, I think you'd be able to the host the Nats for sure. Let's get a GoFundMe. Yes, and not only that, we're gonna do merch as well. We're gonna get some shirts made, WWDD, and we're gonna have What Would Douglas Do? And I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be the best shirt ever. We're gonna get some graphics and everything, just so I can race it. Yeah, you need to have it on this side of the border for sure, John. And you know what? You got the track to do it, as everybody will see later. Hi, Adam. Damn, can I have some of your energy, please? Yes. Cheers. I am sponsored by Coors Light tonight, the beer of choice. But man, we got a few people tuning in. We're up to 33. Doug has to go out West California to race to get the respect he deserves. He opened some eyes at the E-Nats. He sure did. Douglas and family are world class. Yeah, no doubt, Richard. No, the kid is the real deal. I'm happy he got the results he deserved. And to be battling with some of those names, man, I'm definitely more of a fan than I've ever been. I'm already a fanboy. The kid comes on my show. He helps me out. He promotes the hobby in the right light, and definitely, you know what, makes an effort to show everybody that he is world class. Brian, yeah, man, I wish you were there too. Your dad did really well in E-Trug, and definitely cool to see him still making laps. But all right, I got a few things that I'm gonna show off here, and this is super cool. So first off, I'm gonna pull this on the screen while Douglas is trying not to kill himself in the background here. All right, so man, this is the future of RC, and Dylan Raposo, man, second place. Super proud of him, and he definitely was in the fight. It looked awesome watching these guys cruise around. Now, U15, if I'm not mistaken, Douglas can correct me in a second once he's done. I think it's 15 and under over in the States, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely cool. There's Steve getting in there. Hey, Dad, how's it going? Man, you know Steve's super stoked to see Douglas doing so well at the Nats. But you know who else did good here? Let me just show this off here. Look at that smile, man. These kids were super stoked to make the podium. Another guy that made the podium here. Look at that. I think we all know who this is. He's a familiar face, but definitely loving the fact that he stepped it up. Bago Racing got the win in 40 plus. So Eric, congratulations. Definitely awesome to see these guys up at the top for sure. So as soon as Douglas gives me the thumbs up, I will bring this kid on board. We got all his colors. We got the color schemes going, and we are just waiting for him to have. Oop, I got a little ahead of myself there. Let's see here. We're gonna do that. So I think Douglas might be ready. Yeah, he's giving me the thumbs up. So you know what we gotta do. We gotta drop his new world class intro. It was amazing to see this man wheel with the best of the best. I have watched him grow through his career. He is a force to be reckoned. Oh man, he is a force, man. He's like the whole kit and caboodle. Let's not forget Dylan Raposo, who is putting in serious work in the racing as well, in the great in the B sort. Yeah, John, I don't know if you just seen. I definitely give Dylan his props. He is a kid on the move, and to get second overall in the kids class was epic. And to be in the B sort, that's no joke as well. But let's bring the star of the show on board. Let's hear it for this kid, our champ. Douglas Schufeld, man, welcome back. What's going on?
Not much. Just getting home.
All right, so we didn't have a chance to do a mic check, so just bear with me. I will make sure that he gets all hooked up with the sound. So, Nats.
Yeah, buddy.
Dude, I don't even know where to start. You crushed it. I'm super proud of you. I'm sure all of Ontario is stoked by your accomplishments, and I got some videos queued up. I gotta ask you, what's your thoughts, bud? Like, what are you thinking right now?
It hasn't really set in. I won't lie. I definitely am still in kind of like the aha of it all. But I mean, I'm very happy about how I did. I mean, other than that, I can't. At this point, I don't know what to say. But yeah,
it's crazy when you got me speechless because, man, we were all watching in the pits. We were cheering you on. I even freaking grabbed the wrong vehicle when they were calling my name because we were watching you. I'm like, 2 more minutes. Oh man, dude, it was awesome to see everybody's reaction. And like everybody's like, what the heck is going on in Ross's pits? Because like everybody was screaming and cheering for you. And it was A2 and the buggy. Yeah. And like it had, you were on the camera a ton in that one. Yeah. So it was so freaking awesome to see.
Thank you.
Man, I'm so happy that you beat Dakota. You know he's my guy, but you're my new guy now. So like you beating him is pretty serious. And I just can't believe, like, let's just, I'm gonna bring up a teaser here. And I don't know if I can make this full screen. Yeah, I'm just gonna tease it. Look at who you're with here.
Yeah.
Like, let that sink in for a second, dude. Like, everybody there is like a main top of the world freaking fast.
Yeah.
And there you are. Like, you
for sure.
You're there, dude. Like, I couldn't believe it. And
trust me, I was very shocked that I got up that high. I wish I was a little bit higher in truck for starting, but it's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. And hey, I'm still happy about it.
Yeah, like so you qualified like amazing, straight into the A. So what were your thoughts before A1? Because like now you know, okay, I made it this far. Like that's a huge step already.
I'm not gonna lie, I made the show and I was like, okay, I'm happy. Anything else on top is just icing on the cake. Being very
I'm
honest.
happy for you for that part. Yeah.
Like honestly, I was going down. I was like, if I can make the show, perfect. Like that puts me in there. And honestly, in my opinion, I made the show and then some. So yeah.
It hasn't sunk in yet, dude.
Not really.
Freaking crushed it.
Not really.
Like it wasn't, and then some. Like you put passes on some of the best on the planet, dude. And not only that, they tried to I don't even know how to put this like nicely, but they tried to fucking push you around a little bit. And I was like, you don't know who Douglas Schufeld is yet, but you sure know who he is now. And like you're definitely making us proud because you didn't back down, you battled back, and honestly, it was cool to see you hanging and not being flustered. Like I was more nervous for you. I can only imagine your dad. Did your dad have a heart attack or what?
No, he was actually pretty good. He was probably, I would say, more relaxed than I was actually, which was kind of shocking. But
that is shocking.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. I can't lie. It was pretty good. So yeah, no, it was good.
Yeah, both you and your dad have been putting in some serious work.
Yeah.
Definitely cool. Hey, both my moms are on. Hi, mom and mom. What's going on? Uh, oh, Jim doesn't watch races. I guarantee he was watching these races.
I mean, put it this way: for where we were pitting, there was no way you couldn't watch the race because you could sit in pit lane, and we literally had a sideways view of the entire track all the way down.
Yeah, it looks sick.
So
You guys
yeah.
were right by Bago, right?
literally right to the left of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it looked like a pretty sick setup. So,
Yeah.
all right. So before we get too far into this, what was the whole feel like? Like, how was the track? You got there, you set up, like, kind of run us through it.
So I get there set up. I was there Wednesday. Was first one on site Wednesday. Kind of got set up, didn't really do much, just like some simple tent, table, chairs, just some basic stuff. And then basically the rest of Wednesday was just basically talking with like Mark and Frank Calandra and Joe, who's one of the guys who does like all the maintenance on the track and stuff like that. They're all really nice and chill guys down there. So that was basically Wednesday. And then Thursday, practice started from 12 till 8. So basically got on the track, practiced pretty much all day. Got a setup on it. I knew the car was roughly within the area where it needed to be. And then Friday hit, which was a practice round, a seeding round, and 2 qualifiers.
Yeah.
So do practice round, and track is completely different from Friday.
Oh, no.
Like, because what happened was the temperature in the air dropped 10, 15 degrees. So how hot it was and what it was like that yesterday, it was completely different. So track was looser, jumps were starting to blow out, like everything of like track falling apart was starting to fall apart.
It looked bad.
It was pretty rough.
Yeah.
And then basically Friday seeding round went okay. Car wasn't that great. Then kind of got lucky, made some changes for my seeding round. Ended up squeaking into the show on buggy, and then ended up placing pretty decent in truck. But the buggy was still, it wasn't great. And then it really wasn't until about, I'd say Q2 that day where I really say I'd figured it out, where it was
For buggy, right?
For buggy, it was really good. For truck, I basically figured it out right after practice round. The truck was pretty good the whole weekend. I made a couple minor changes to the car, and then that was like pretty much good. Buggy, I changed quite a bit actually compared to before, so got that working not bad on the Friday there, and then Saturday came along. What's lucky is we get a practice round before every qual or main every day. So the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday we had a practice round before our qual or main. So we got a feeler.
Oh, is that for pro guys?
That's for everybody who goes to that event. So any kind of RORA event, I guess.
Okay.
They give you a practice round before each qualifying day / main day. So like the Friday, I got 1 practice round before my 2 quals. Saturday, I got another practice round before my 2 quals, and then Sunday, I got a practice round before my mains.
But that's just for the A main guys, right?
They do the entire list.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a roar thing because I've never been to a roar race.
It's only 4 minutes. Like it's a 4-minute shot. You go out there, just go in, just to feel the track out. That's it.
Yeah.
4 minutes. Like we went through the whole round in like less than an hour. So, and then usually squalls would starting for the day around 10:30 or 11, and then we would start our quals.
Nice.
So, and then Q3 for truck went pretty solid. I think I got a 5 overall. And then buggy wasn't too bad. I think I got an 8 for the round, which really wasn't too bad.
Nope.
And then Q4 went around, and I tried something on the truck just to see if I could get a little extra more, and it was not the right direction. So I kind of got lucky. Ended up sitting 7th, and then buggy, I ended up getting, I think a 5 on the round, which put me 1 above. So I was 7th overall. So I ended up calling 7th and 7th.
Nice.
Main day hits, or I should say not main day hit, A1 and A1 of both classes we did this Saturday night, which, again, I was just stoked to be in the show at that point, sitting 7th and 7th. And then basically we go into A1. Truck was pretty good.
Hold on, we can't get it. You can't get into the A's yet. We got the videos. How was the track surface going into the mains though?
It got progressively worse in shape for sure. Like the 3-pack was becoming more like a single double or a double single, like consistently. The double after the 2 180s, there was like a little double and then like the double single. That double was like completely blown out. You couldn't hit the center or you would case the jump.
Yes, that was insane. That was right after the crossover, right?
No, so you did the crossover and then you went down the back straight, came around to the 3-pack, then the 2 180s, the little double, and then that double, that face. The center of it you couldn't hit because you would hit so hard and there was nothing left of a lip. You would case the center of your chassis on the downside.
Okay.
The other thing
the cameras didn't show that, but it was blown out because when you see truggies crashing like that, I was like, "Whoa!" It was pretty bad.
The other thing that was bad was the far right section, the up and down before the 180 before the loop there. If you hit right in the center, there was a big divot and your car would like catch air. And if you actually watch, you can get like a little whip out of it before you land. We were altering lines and all that kind of stuff. By the time we were getting to anywhere we were going, we were altering lines, changing things, tires, like surfaces, all that stuff. I will say tire wear was definitely a little bit higher than Rumble, but still really, really, really low. But I will say that from A1 to A3, the track definitely got kind of glazed over. Like it grooves kind of so hard without moisture that by A3 it was like racing on glass. Basically, it was really hard.
I'm happy you said that because I was messaging you and I was just blown away by each thing. So I was trying to get you all hyped and stuff like that. But the track definitely changed going into 3. So what I want to do is I want to pull up this video, and I don't even know if you've seen this video yet.
I have honestly any of the live stream I have not pulled up once the entire weekend. I haven't looked at it.
Yeah, because you're too pro right
I'm
now.
not. It's not even that. I just haven't looked at it.
No, I know, but I'm gonna keep riding you on this because dude, you're already there. You're oh my god, I'm ecstatic. Let's see. We'll pull it up. Okay, so right now, basically what they're doing is they are doing the announcement. Now I'm not sure. Let me see if I can get this down right.
Racing Fuels factory team, Nikita Kicker. Thank you to Jason, Brent, and Hannah for all the support. Starting 11th is Lee Setzer.
Oh man, Lee got you a buggy. I was so pissed. He was the one in the green and white.
He's the one in the aqua and the yellow. So Julian is white and blue. Lee had a really good A3 run. His car just came alive. It was insane. His car in A3 and e-buggy was definitely the fastest of everybody there.
So we got Ethan. We'll let it go through. So as they're announcing everything here, what are you thinking?
We were laughing at how bad the announcer was pronouncing stuff on sponsor sheets. That's what we were laughing at.
Who was the announcer?
I don't know. I don't even know the guy's name. I just know he's the Aurora announcer, and that's it. That's literally it.
Because we're gonna have Jared Barden at the Nitro Blast.
Yeah. So it wasn't him. He didn't even touch the microphone all weekend. Not even close. So yeah, no.
You guys were laughing because you can see you guys up in the stands right now.
Yeah. This one's the best with Wiggins.
His sponsors include Techno, J Concepts, Tukin, MKS, Block, VP Racing Fuels, JTP, RC.
Just wait for the name at the end.
Designs, Protect RC. Thanks to all my sponsors, my parents and girlfriend Kathy watching at home.
So pause it for a sec. The funny part about this one was why we were laughing so hard was because Jared Wiggins' girlfriend's name is Katie. and it's spelled
Oh, no.
Kayty. And both intros for truck and buggy, the announcer called her Kathy. So we're
That's
up on the
awesome.
driver's side making fun of him because he's like, she's gonna think he's talking about someone else.
Yeah, it's Katie Roxbury.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But he called her
everybody
Kathy.
knows that.
Yeah, so
Jeez,
she called him
these
Kathy.
poor people.
Yeah,
These poor people.
And then I guess he was messing up a couple other sponsors. Like he would I think it was like fuel, I don't know, fuel something, and he said up fuel or something like that. So Mayfield was like, "What is that?" So yeah, I don't know. It was all
Like,
messed
how
up.
do you mess up Mayfield shit? You probably
I
read
don't
it
know.
every weekend.
don't
Like,
know.
oh my god, that's hilarious. Because
But
you're up next, right?
yeah, I was up next after this. Yeah,
Did you mess anything up from you guys or from you?
I don't think so. No,
All right,
I think mine's pretty straightforward. I think.
let's see here.
Starting 7th from Stony Creek, Ontario, Canada. Driving a Tecna with T-Pro tires, Nitro Pro Servo, J-Con body, Huddling later, Gen Ace battery, Futaba radio, Orca speed controller. His sponsors include Tecna, Orca, UFP Performance, T-Works, Summit RC, JT Bearing Company, Stage CNC, Dunk.
Wait, what was that? Stage? Who's Stage?
Yeah, that's the only thing. So he puts instead of stags, he put stage.
Yeah, that's
I don't know. It might have been my writing. I don't know.
Here, hold on, let me.
USA. Thanks to my dad for all the support, and thank you for the support from all my friends back home. Starting 7th is Douglas Schufel.
At least he got your name right.
Yeah, he asked actually at the end of the race if he was saying it right, but
It's kind of hard to mess it up, though.
it can still get messed up.
Yeah, like I probably would have messed it up for sure. But I've said your name enough now.
No, it was definitely good. But that was definitely a surreal moment when they were going through that all for sure.
All right, drivers, we'll go ahead. We'll check the straight.
Yeah, because like the people that were in on this was just like epic. Okay, so now before we get to the racing action, I know you haven't seen it and stuff like that, but I gotta say, it looked pretty freaking dope seeing you battle with some of the paint schemes that everybody's familiar with. And like, if you're not from Ontario, like, man, people don't know your paint scheme or abroad, this and that and the other. They're freaking gonna know it now because it is definitely pretty funny. Yeah. Thanks to you. So you were about to say we got into the A1, and I think that A1, from my opinion, I'll let you talk about it first, and I'll tell you what I think.
I don't know. I think A1, especially in e-buggy, was a little bit of an eye opener to see where I really stacked up. I won't go into too much detail because I'm not sure what you're going to show about what happened in the race, but it definitely showed me where I was like, hey, even though I'm starting 7th, I can still be up there and be with those guys. So
yeah, because so I'm not going to mention any names. I'm not going to show any text or anything like that. But a lot of people were like, okay, he qualified good. He's in the show, blah blah blah. But wait till Sunday. Sunday's the real deal. But I'm like, when I saw what you did freaking Saturday night in A1, I'm all like, no, man. Like, he's going into freaking Sunday jack. Like, he's got to be super proud. He's got to be super pumped. And now, like, did you sleep freaking amazing well Saturday night?
Actually, no. You know what I did Saturday night? We stopped racing, and this is actually a funny part that nobody knows. There was a bunch of racers playing wiffle ball in the back of our green pit area. So we finished early, and all I did was play wiffle ball for 2 hours with me, Ryan Lutz, Joey Borden, Jared Bardin, a couple of the X-ray guys that were there, a couple of the Kaufmans, a couple of locals, and we were all just spread out about this backfield playing wiffle ball with a semi-professional wiffle ball pitcher. It was amazing. Gosh. Yeah. So
that's pretty funny. No, nobody knows that because we didn't get any film footage of that.
No. So
all the behind the scenes stuff. But what did you and your dad talk about like Saturday night once you got back to the Holiday Inn?
Honestly, not much. We were
No?
just like, I was like, car's good. We'll get ready for tomorrow. Basically, I was like, we don't need to make any changes, and that was basically it. Because at that point, it was like, I got 1/4, and I was thrilled. I was really happy.
Dude,
So
everybody was.
yeah, so I was like, man, like this is awesome. So and then I went in, like I was going into the other mains, going like, if I can even just get anywhere close to that again, that'd be amazing.
Right.
So yeah, no, it was really good. It was really good.
Well, we all know how much of a talent you have, and it's so freaking cool for everybody else to see it finally. You know what I mean? Because, like, let's face it, I love everybody that we race with locally, but you are on like a different level, and it's got to be hard for you to like keep pushing yourself, and to see you make a little bobble here and there and make a mistake, and to battle back with the names that we just showed on the board, it was like
Yeah.
insane. Because like I would have shit myself. I'm not gonna lie. Like I would like me. I'd be pulling over, pulling over, pulling over. You didn't let the top drivers in the world bully you, and it was definitely awesome. Now, but your head up and archive it. Also show Chris what it takes. Yeah, dude, it's crazy. Was there any whisperings in the pits about Ty Tessman using J Concept tires during one of his races? Not clear if it was just a practice run, but there's an action shot of his buggy with J Cons on there.
I have no comment to that. Matt, if message me if you want. Yeah.
Yeah, he's pro now. He can't divulge secrets. This is pro talk now. Jeez. Yeah, you got to let the pros be with the pros. Okay, there is a good question here. I just got to find it. I should have freaking started. It was from Jeff Joyce. Where did it go? Oh, here we go. So I know who you had an epic battle with, but who did you feel that you were battling with pretty good?
Lutz, Fen, Hornhorse, Wiggins, Tater. I think those would be the 6, I would say. I'm trying to think. Yeah, that's what I would say.
What about Fen though, man? You actually like fended him a few times,
yeah.
eh? Yeah. Like who'd have thought that? Like,
and I will say he is the hardest guy to make sure you stay in front of, 100%.
And you did it.
But what it is I found out real fast in A1. He really puts his nose in the corner, even if there's no room there. Like he really puts his nose in. So it was definitely something that I watched for the rest of the races if it happened to come again,
right?
Which it happened to. But it was definitely like, whoa, this is different. Like, as odd as it sounds, like racing with Lutz and Joe and like Tater or Setzer, all those guys. It's tough, but Fen tops them all. Like, don't get me wrong. Now, I didn't battle with Ty, or I shouldn't say I battled with Ty a little bit in truck and quals, but like I didn't battle with Mayfield at all, so I can't speak to that aspect of it. But like within the group I had, Fen was definitely the hardest for sure. Like he just like I don't know. Like it's very hard to explain unless like you see it. Like it's super hard to explain. Honestly, okay. I thought I was gonna be like more nervous, and I really wasn't. Like, as odd as it sounds, I'd be more nervous at like an Otterville race, just like waiting for like a Nitro main or something like that, because it's just like the anticipation of starting. Where there, it's just like you get up there, you do your thing, and you just go. And you can't think about past, present, or future. You got to look right in where you are. Like, you got to look right where you are at the moment and just go. So it was honestly, I thought I'd be like a little more nervous or a little more shaky, and I wasn't, which was, I guess, pretty good. I don't know.
Yeah, it's because something clicked, dude. You're like proving to everybody why you deserve to be there, and that now that you got a little taste of it. Okay, what is your next big event?
Quebec probably.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm going to do Mugen. I don't think so right now, but Quebec for sure.
So you got the Nitro Blast next.
Yep. Yeah.
And then the next one after that would be Quebec.
Yeah, I might hit a couple of local races in between. I really haven't looked at my schedule. Like, dude, the first 2 weeks of August, I'm just like, I don't even know what I'm doing. So I have to look at the schedule and what's racing. But
I'm
yeah,
happy somebody said this because, yeah, he doesn't have that.
honestly, it wasn't as bad as I was expecting. Because I will say this: there's a level of respect in the A main sort with all those guys with driving.
Okay.
Like there is you tell and notice right away. Like, yeah, you may have a couple like kerfuffles with a couple of drivers, but they usually end up sorting themselves out.
Yes.
But there's a very high level of respect for everyone and how clean the driving is. And I can't say it. Watch the starts. Watch how clean the starts are, and we have all 12 cars and they're the entire line for a whole lap plus.
It was awesome to see because you guys were all hitting all the jumps.
Yeah.
Like it was like a whole caterpillar clearing all this stuff.
Yeah.
It looked awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Steve, all I can say to that is if he's going anywhere from Techno, it's going to S-Works Canada. And you know what? If he doesn't get a factory freaking ride from Techno out of this little stint, we're going to have to give him a full factory thing and tell Joe that he's our top dog over here. But we'll see because I'm very curious to see how the silly season goes for Douglas because a lot of people are going to come and knocking on his door for sure.
Yeah. No, it's going to be it should be good. But no, and it's just like a very surreal moment, really.
Yeah, like I can tell it hasn't clicked in yet, dude. Like you just race and be world champs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like what, 15 national champs for freaking Dakota alone. Like geez. Like to be able to do that is just crazy.
Yeah.
Offer him after the fact. Dude, I've been trying to get him on the team since I got this deal. 100%. They're like the thing is they should be knocking, and I think this just kind of solidified where he's at with his program, with his dad's support, with his sponsor support. The new CRF, what is it?
CRP.
Sorry. But yeah, it's definitely funny. It was so last year. I know, dude. I've been trying every year. I won't stop, but I'll support him 100% anyway. It doesn't matter what he's running, as long as it's not my lunchbox, because I do get hungry. All right, so I'm gonna bring up this video. I got it queued up here, and it's the start, and I just am blown away. Let me pull up because like I thought that you were still gonna be like shaking on video here, and like you're calm, cool, and collective, and that just goes to show me like how much of a thing clicked with you this weekend. Because I'm not gonna lie, when you qualified, well, I'm like, holy shit, this is the real deal. Well, you've seen all my messages. I was wondering like too much, but like once I got you the messages through qualifying and you said that your car was good and you got it dialed and this and that, I was like, okay, how is he gonna do under pressure? Because like Jason said, nobody's ever really on your rear wing that long. You know what I mean? Like there's people that have stints, like there's fast guys that we race with, and after a while you're consistently fast just kind of gets to everybody. You know what I mean? Like they can hang for a little bit, but eventually they crack. And these guys don't crack like that. So you being in this group of people here was just, oh my God, awesome to see. Okay. So we'll fire it up. Everybody's lining up here. I'm going to try and get the volume up for this. And we're going to see. So Douglas here is starting in 7th for all of you that are just watching this for the first time. And that's the Roar guy, right?
So the guy doing 1 through 5 is the Roar president, And the guy who
Yeah.
does 6 through 12 is the guy who was there all weekend. I don't know his name and I don't know his position, but I know he was the guy who was like patrolling everything. He did stop and goes. There was jump warnings off the start.
Yep. Seen that.
There was stop and goes warnings. Somebody got black flag during one of the races, so they were all over it all weekend. And like this guy that does 6 through 12 was watching every single race and had a walkie-talkie that he would press and talk into and tell the announcer what to say. This guy, and we had car numbers right on our wing. So car number 6, whatever, warning of rough hitting or something. Or car number 6, you have to do a stop and go in pit lane. So you have to run up the stop lane, fully stop, and then go out of pit lane.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Or like we had one kid, or well, not even kid, like we had one of the drivers who actually got black flag for how rough it was. It was crazy.
So, okay. I've never been to a Roar event. Did that make it so much better?
I will say it made definitely the lower mains better. I don't know if it would have affected the A sort. That's for sure.
Okay.
But it definitely made like the B, C, D, like the ones underneath for sure, a lot cleaner because they knew someone was watching the whole time.
Yeah.
So like I definitely think it helped out. Even if it might have helped out in every class in a little bit, but it definitely you could see it was like people were waiting, stuff like that, and like they even had warnings for, like if you hopped off the track at some point, you had to re-enter at that same point, or you got a warning for jumping the track.
Damn.
Yeah, like there was everything you could possibly think of. They had a warning of, a stop and go of, or had a black flag of.
So it was pretty good then.
It was pretty solid, actually. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because okay. So in Q3 for Truggy, what was the restart there for? Did Lutz jump?
In A3?
Yeah.
Tater jumped.
Okay, I knew it was something.
Tater jumped at the beginning, but I'm shocked Fenn didn't get a jump because he kept rolling forward up the little crest of the jump every time the A's would start on truck. So I'm not sure if that's like a radio setting he has or what, but it was he would roll a little bit, and I'm shocked they didn't catch that because Tater jumped on truck, so did Fenn at the same time basically, and then one happened in buggy, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, we had to restart one of our mains in buggy, I think, because we were missing a marshal at cone 4, which is right before the 3-pack.
Oh yeah,
so they had to restart. Yeah. So but other than that, it was really good. So
honestly, at a Roar sanctioned event, that's kind of what I would come to expect, and I'm looking forward to trying one. Because the biggest event that I've ever been to is a couple of the race time entertainment ones, and there's no anything like that. I'll tell you that right now. We have enough time getting marshals, and you need more announcers. Yeah, no kidding. I'm with 40 there. Let's just keep club racing. Go out there, have fun. Like, look at me. I donkeyed the last lap, and I still had a blast. It was more the people that were there and the good times in the pits. Racing is always fun, but I'll keep the seriousness for something else, like watching Douglas. I don't know if all U.S. tracks run it right, but I will say that, that they are a little stricter. And I think it's because you guys have more entries and they need to keep the show running.
Yeah.
All right. So, yes. Can I trade that? Yeah. Hey, Porty, I'm telling you, man, I can't wait to race with you again, bud. I miss you guys. It's definitely going to be fun. We'll have to try and hit up Crestwood and give you guys some love and support. All right. So, we're going to fire this up, and this is going to be some of the best video that I could find of Douglas Schufeld battling with these top dogs here.
Is set. Grid is locked. The next sound you hear will be the
Can you hear this, Douglas, or do I need to turn it up for you?
No, you're good.
All
right. Electric buggy, amen.
Like, look at that, hey, just choreographed.
Test me on that whole shot.
Hey, what did you see there?
I don't know.
Douglas freaking tripled. Everybody in the pits exploded when you tripled that pack right there. Did you see that?
Here's the
Because-
thing. Actually, I double single, but this is where it looks weird. So everyone is what they're doing is they're coming in tight and then they're singling the first one and doubling the last two. Where what I'm doing is I'm carrying more speed, coming in a little wider, so closer to this pipe by the first 180 there, and I'm going wider, hitting a double then a single, so you can jump in, jump out kind of. Because if you get it, it's faster than a single double. So watch.
Okay.
So hit
is
play.
this you right here?
I'm right coming off the jump, so Fenn's in the air and I'm right behind.
Yeah.
So watch Fenn go over it. So see how they all come super tight.
Single.
And see how Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you are carrying some speed in there.
Yeah.
So you hit that guy, but you still got through clean. I was so happy about that.
I got actually lucky with that. I didn't get hit. They had a tumble in front of me, and then I kind of got collected a little bit, but I got lucky with it. But
allowing the top three to pull away just a bit. We got Tessman in that top spot. Mayfield into the two. Born Horse 3.
So they'll start following you a little bit.
Tessman
yeah.
out big time.
There's Fenn. There's you.
For A1 win. Tessman able to take the win.
So that right there, you dude, tell me your heart didn't freaking sink.
Honestly, not really, which was kind of funny.
No,
because
you got the championship.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, yeah, there was a little bit of but I was okay. So.
You were too focused, eh?
Probably. But
so right now you're in sixth, right behind Fenn. I can't believe. Okay, so I know you guys are all top tier and you're flying around. Was it really hard to pass there though?
Yeah, you had to either that guy in front of you had to make a mistake.
Yeah,
you had to sneak by when they blew a corner. There was no other passing on the track because it was so tight and technical. If you stuck the lane, if they were gonna pass you, they were punting you, which wasn't happening.
No, they were driving very nicely.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so Fenn's up to fourth. Lutz is in fifth. And then you are still in seventh, but you get by a couple of these guys here.
I didn't really start moving, I don't think, until the 3 or 4 minute mark of A2. I don't think. It was the last 3.5 minutes, I think. So
there you are coming around.
To be fair, the first 4 minutes of these races are just everyone trying to sort themselves out. And then the last three is when literally everyone moves up or moves down or makes a mistake or whatever it is.
Yeah, there's a mistake right in front of you.
Yeah, and that was
And then this is where you kind of get bumped up a little bit.
Yeah. So.
Now, what was your fastest lap?
In this race?
No, just of the weekend, I'm going to say.
Truck was 29.8 and buggy was 30.3 or 30.2, I think.
So a 30 flat though, right?
I don't remember. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just know every qualifier times were slightly different compared to every other round. They were either slightly faster or slightly slower for everybody.
Right. So. Yeah, I was just comparing you to these guys, which is awesome. And it was you were right there within tenths of these guys, which I was like, holy shit. Mm-hmm. But you know who really turned it on towards the later parts of the day was Mayfield.
Yeah, he figured. I don't know if he figured out some stuff with his car, or if the truck got a little bit bumpier and his car could just handle it better compared to everyone else's. But especially in A3, you could really tell the difference between him and Tessman's cars. Because his car was so much it just handled the bumps so much better than Tessman's car did. And I don't know what he changed. I have no idea.
So yeah, did you get any help from the techno guys?
Yeah, I got help. If I asked, I did, but I didn't really ask. I asked once, and I asked Wiggins, and that was it. But yeah.
Yeah, because you're at that level that like you're super confident with your package, and you learn to not make that same mistake because you tried some Wigan stuff at the indoor for the race time event that you went to, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you didn't like what he suggested.
It was weird. The Nitro Buggy didn't, but the e-buggy stuff worked really well. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it was the
Now,
new cars or something. I don't know.
is there something that you learned that you would want to share with your techno guys over in Ontario?
Uh,
Or is the track just way too different to even bring it to O Town?
honestly, it's probably way too different.
Okay.
Like we don't have. I would say we don't have anything anywhere close to this Ontario.
Okay. Here's Douglas right here, putting the pass on right here. So look at, you can see it looks like he's in all kinds of wrong up there. So you're right behind Fen now.
So I'm actually. Yeah. I don't.
So you're up to the 5th place. Now I think Fen messes up.
I think he might have. Yeah, I think he made a mistake.
And I think he hit the corner dot, right? And I think he
Yeah,
got by him.
I think he got. He might have hit the corner and rolled or something. I can't remember.
Look at that. Oh, he
Yeah,
got lucky.
that jump was sketchy. It was real. It was really tough. But
So now you're up to 4th.
yeah, so because I think
he
Fen
must
made a
have
mistake.
rolled.
He made a mistake in the 180 that Titus went through. And then I think he gets back by Joe, and then
Yep.
I'm not sure
And-
after
and-
that.
Finishes right behind you, right?
Yeah, I think he was a
Oh.
second or something behind, something like that. I can't remember.
Hey, just hearing your name being called in this group is just nuts.
Yeah.
All right, so in 4th, you got Smoking Joe behind you, and Lutz in front of you.
Yeah. I honestly,
There's
I
Lutz
wish.
right there, and you.
I know. I wish the races were a little bit longer because I feel like A1, A2, if they were longer, I would have gave Joe or Lutz a little bit more run for his money.
Nice. So this is where they fall back, I think. So there's you right there in front of Joe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that's Lutz. So at the end of the jump,
Right
there.
in front of you. Yep. That's crazy. You know what? If it was a little longer, I'd have something for Lutz.
I got
a good
so,
bounce
now
there.
this is where like that little bit of like respect for the A. That's where that came in because I could have easily kept going, but I'm like, there's a level of respect in the show.
Yeah.
That you battle. I was there. You still battle it out.
Yeah.
And I got lucky with that. Joe did an endo.
Right.
An endo. I asked Matt. I was like, "How did what happened?" He goes, "I just hit a rut and it went over." So.
Yeah, because you didn't even come close to him. You're giving him tons of room.
Yeah.
And look at you're holding off fucking the Phenom.
This was when I
Look
was
at
like,
that.
this was like when I was making sure all my lines were like super tight. Touch the corner dot, touch the corner dot.
Yeah, no thing. You're right.
Yeah.
You just stuck it in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, holding off the Phenom, man. That is, dude. I'm speechless, man. I'll let the video speak for itself. Not only did you do it consistently through Saturday, main days were super awesome. Like your consistency was there, your speed was there. Obviously, your confidence was there, which is good to see because to have confidence racing the best of the best is got to be tough. And dude, you shined. It was super proud dad moment. I'm sure your dad's got to be just super stoked.
Yeah.
All his hard work and pressure on you to be yourself and be better and all the scoldings that he probably gave you on the rides home some nights kind of came to fruition, man.
Mhm.
Like this is a big step for you guys, and obviously I'm looking forward to seeing you run at the Nitro Blast.
Yeah.
My expectations haven't changed for you there. I want you to put on a clinic, and we got the under over on what we're gonna do for the Nitro Blast, and I think the Nitro Blast is super dialed just because of what John does with, like
For sure.
obviously having all of the bump ups and stuff like that. Like, oh, yeah, having all the bump ups and stuff like that, it makes the Nitro Blast one of those, cool things. To all the viewers in regards to O Town, who's going to be Douglas's competition? I think it's going to be himself. I would have to look at to see who signed up.
Honestly, I don't even know who signed up.
Yeah, I would have to check that. I'm hoping Damon Laramie is coming down. He's always fast. I'm hoping Sousa, but we got John Blakely in the background, raring to come on. We're gonna go for a three-peat here, and we'll bring him on board, and we'll kind of switch gears and see exactly what's going on. I'm gonna go like this, boom, boom, boom.
Whoa.
Let's see what is going on.
Not too much, not too much. Just want to say nice work out there, Douglas, on the Roar Nats. Was very exciting watching you race, and like I say, watching all the finer points of the race, seeing you get tangled up and seeing you come back fighting hard. It was really cool. It was really cool to watch. You've come a long ways from the I don't know, probably 6, 7, possibly 8 years watching you grow and get faster and faster. There was a time where it's like, hey, I'm like hanging in with Douglas, and it's like now you're just lights out and gone. But it's really cool to see you driving with the fast guys. So you're classified now as a world-class driver, and I sure hope that your dreams come true and you get everything comes together for you. That's what I'm hoping for you.
Thank
You've
you.
earned
I
it.
appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Yep. Derek, I hope so, man. Like, I hope Steve brings it. I hope Andrew Bacard brings it. I hope Andrew Blakely brings it. I hope Kyle Robinson brings it. I hope everybody brings it because you got a new target. Not really a new target, but now, like, if you can hang with Douglas, that you're hanging with, like, some pretty stout competition. We're not going to lie. So, as you can tell by my little banner there, up next, Nitro Blast 2023, and man, let's bring this on board here. John was nice enough to give me a little file here, and I want to make sure that you got it all queued up. Boom, boom. So I don't even know. Douglas has been too busy taking on the top dogs in the planet, so I don't even know if Douglas has seen this yet. But here, we're gonna bring this on board. I don't even know. There we go. Okay, so this is the latest and greatest from John Blakely. And look at this track. This is world class right there. John, you need to pat
Right.
yourself on the back because this is definitely looking pretty phenomenal. And I like that you brought the arrows back too, because the arrows always help me because I always get in all kinds of wrong and definitely no. Oh, sorry, dude. Yeah, Chris. Yeah, I hope Chris brings it too. I still remember that one time I beat Douglas in a race. He wasn't there and didn't sign up, so I took it as a win. That is awesome. But let's let John walk us through it. So here we're gonna pause this. Okay. So obviously I like the two-tone paint. You definitely made that look all fancy dancy there. So typical straight dropping down a few levels, going into the summit first turn, and then into the high summit. You're bringing that back. Got to see some rest before night. Congrats, Douglas. Oh yeah, hey Ollie, good running today too, bud. And then you go into the first double.
The first double is definitely an important double. That first double sets you up for the rest of the six pack. I call it a six pack because let's see, 1, 2, 3. Number 4 pack is invisible, but you got to treat it like there's one there because where you land, pretending there's a 4 pack there, the last double, it just all works together when you get it right. And when you don't get it right, you're just slower. It's a slower pace through there, and guys will pass you in that back. Like it's not as simple as it looks.
And the way you did the Daytona now looks pretty good. Now, are
Yeah,
they
less
jumping
steep.
heat?
Yeah, they're it's less. It's been pushed back, so it's laying down a little bit more, so you can fly in there a little faster, but it may push you out depending. Because I mean, and the tube's wider. I think it's about 3 feet wider on that, so it's not just a quick 180 turn. You got to kind of sweep it a little bit.
Now, Douglas, have you been to the track with any of these changes lately, or no?
No, I haven't been to the track in I don't know how long.
A lot of
I
people
know,
haven't been
eh?
to the track since
Yeah.
May, and like the last race was the end of May.
That's
Yeah. So now
probably
you
last
do
month.
the 180, and you got this little off-camber jump here, and then another off-camber here into a double, coming right back. Let me see if I can go a little bit further. So yeah, so now you're basically turning in front of the stands and then coming back. I'm guessing a lot of people are hitting the jump right by the number 2 pylon and definitely carrying crazy speed into that. So
We'll
let
have
me
to see how
put that.
Douglas attacks that one. The single coming around after the turn, but yeah, the single going through the chicane is definitely tricky when you get that turn perfectly. There is a whole shot through there, and then of course, yeah, you have that little slight step down coming around the tree there by cone 2. So it's a tricky spot. It's definitely a make and break section. You can pass somebody, or you tap the tube and it's lights out for you. So. It's I got to get my cement. That's what I wanted to do today, but it was too hot today. I should have done it tonight. Get my cement curbing out there because that's an important area that's going to get destroyed if I don't.
Always
get
like
that.
seeing the cement. All right, so then here I'm going to pause this again when we're coming back this way. So right here is the corner coming into the big step down. And this is probably like the wow feature, eh, John? Like this, the big step down.
I wasn't sure how that was going to work, but actually, I really like that because how you enter and exit that, you can get so much speed through there. Douglas is going to show us if he shows up this weekend, and it's pretty cool. I really liked it. It's like I say, the whole overall layout took a bit and a few laps, and it grew on me. It's like, yeah, this is going to be pretty fun and pretty racy. There's lots of errors that can be made on this. You can overdrive it and just make mistakes, and then add to that the fact that it's not treated. The surface is not treated, so it's going to be interesting to see what it does, for sure.
Well, I would think that it would be more off-road. And if it's not treated, I'm thinking with all these entries that you have, I believe you're over 255, correct?
Yeah, it's somewhere in there, 255, 259. We'll see what the actual entries are for sure. It's gonna, it'll be interesting.
With that many, I think that we're gonna get an off-road track, and everybody's gonna have to bring it. It's gonna be kind of like what happened at the ENATS, where it's gonna get a little bit of character. What were they calling it at the ENATS now? I know they're not saying character anymore.
They never really mentioned the roughness of the track.
It was hard to tell, but when you seen your guys' truggies getting beat up and soaked up and chassis slapping, you knew it was a rough track.
They never mentioned once actually the condition of the track at all. That was one thing they never talked about, was the condition of the track.
That is crazy. All right, so let's bring it back. So we got the step down, and then you got the checker right there, like that. That's just going to check it up, correct?
Yeah, step down, and then it's like, yeah, it's basically a single. I wanted to build it differently. I didn't have the room to get in there with the tractor and build it. It's like that was like a spot I should have built first before building the outside lanes. So I couldn't get in there. My tractor was too big to like build what I wanted to build. But yeah, it's basically a single, and yeah, you don't want to hit it or come off it too hot, or you just shoot into you're in the air too long, and you're definitely gonna be passed. No question.
And then you were able to pull off the 4-pack with the bigger tractor, because I
Yeah,
know
I was
you're saying-
impressed that I was able to pull that off, a 4-pack with my big tractor, trying to get my spacing, and yeah, it was cool. It was actually really cool that I could build. I was going to keep going with the 4-pack, turn it into a 6-pack, but then I was into the hill climb, and it's like, I don't want to go that far.
Porty says you're going to change it by Friday, anyways.
Yeah, no, not this time.
So, and they're asking what pros are coming. Well, you got Douglas Schufeld for sure. So
Yeah, we got one.
we
Yeah,
got one.
I never even thought to message Douglas and say, hey, while you guys are not too far from Canada, bring them on over to the Nitro Blast.
You know what's hard about that though is next weekend is Wicked Weekend.
Oh, that's right too. Yeah,
that's right. That's where a lot of people are going.
Yeah. No, Wicked is obviously I'm going to have that on in the pits while we're at the Nitro Blast, because it's always cool to watch those guys and cheer them on and stuff like that. And we'll be like, well, that's where Douglas would have finished, because looking at the times and looking at like who he was racing with last weekend, we can hype it up on a whole new level now. But all right, so we got the 4-pack, and you're going up, and I like the arrows there. Those are what arrows I meant, not the ones going into pit lane, which I am going to run Nitro this weekend. So I'm excited about that. I know I'm not very good at it, but I'm going to try my darndest. So we're coming back now, and what's going on there? What are the arrows there for? Just because it chokes up? Is that why? Just to show everybody?
It is. It's basically a funnel. I kind of retweaked the lanes again just to get them wider, but they do choke up as you come to that single off camber turn, because it was pretty tight before. From testing a couple of weekends ago, it was just guys were constantly hitting the tube. That's coming up the hill because they're trying to stay tight, to stay straight, to hit that. And it's like, okay, I need to just change it up. But that's when I had the rumble strip. So it means there was a lot of speed coming in. But now with the 4-pack, it's going to slow it down, which is nice. But I expect vehicles are going to collect coming through the 4-pack and funnel into that single off camber turn onto the straight. So it should be way better now. Way better. Like I say, haven't tested it, but it's got to be way better.
So Steve's asking about the entries. It's closed, right?
Entries
for the Nitro Blast.
What do you mean closed? Did you say closed?
Closed, yeah. Like no more entries unless they private message you, correct?
That's kind of the long and the short of it. I haven't heard from the Bagel crew. There's only one person I know, Philip Bedard. He's signed up. That's it.
Wow, we're gonna have to see if we can get Damien. What's going on with that? We need somebody to kind of put the pressure on this kid here in the middle. Tyler, what's up, bud? First time running Nitro Buggy in about 10 years. Man, Jeff, we're going to have some fun, buddy. Tyler, it's going amazing. If you're just tuning in, I'm talking with Douglas. He is our new champ. He's already been the people's champ locally, but he just proved it on the biggest stage, the E-Nats, finishing in 4th overall in Buggy, and I believe 7th overall in truck, if I'm not mistaken. He can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But definitely freaking just made everybody on this whole area extremely proud. You should have seen the post for this kid. Everybody was cheering him on. It was a great weekend to watch Douglas shine, and I'm so happy that we all got to experience it. And not only that, we're going to get to see him do it live at O-Town. Like, we're gonna have to get Douglas doing some clinics and stuff like that, make this kid some money, and get him to the Worlds, because he's right now number 2 in all of Canada.
I agree.
How's that feel? Hey, Douglas? Like
It's
number
pretty
2?
good. It's pretty
Yeah.
good. I can't complain.
Number 2 in Canada. Dude, that's epic. All right. So we got the little choke up there, and it's one of those things that you don't want to go jumping in too deep unless you're making the dash for pit lane. And I like what you did with the line, the loop. I can't get. Can you guys see? No, you can't even see my mouse. I hate that. But yeah. So I like what you did with the loop. So now you got to come across. Yeah, no kidding, eh? I know. I'm trying to get him all hyped up, and he's all like, "Yeah, being second in the country, it's okay. It's medium, I guess."
Yeah,
But
yeah, referring to the track. Yeah, it's an off-camber turn, so it's easy enough just to kind of go straight in and kind of turn and go into the pits. But when you want to like turn and come around and cross the loop and go back down the straight, so easy to push outward.
right. So here we'll go back.
You can't
a
really
little
see
bit.
it in the picture, but because you're up. But when you're standing down at track level, you can see that it's off cambered into the turn. So
Like, look at that. That's
Looks
just
really good.
John. Yeah,
I-
it's looking pretty
I
racy.
I mean, yeah, I really I can say I don't feel satisfied of my abilities to build a layout, and I think it's just time and other things have interfered. But regardless of that, I think this layout will be fun. I think there's enough room for passing and everything else. That's important. It may not be as technical, but that's not a bad thing. It's great for everybody to drive on. It's just a matter of how fast you can go without making mistakes. So that's the goal there. Question for Douglas. What do you think? I'm still mulling it over. It's really entry dependent, but mains, would you do 10 car mains or do you think 12 car mains?
Uh,
I mean,
I wouldn't.
just,
I wouldn't.
just
I wouldn't
pretend
make.
time isn't an issue. Just pretend
I
time
wouldn't.
isn't an
I
issue.
wouldn't make that call until I see cars on the track.
Yeah,
It's true.
that's what I have to do too.
Because as much as I'd love to say, make it 10, make it have more space. 10 with that flow track, maybe too spread out. So you might want to put 12. So it really all depends. It really all depends on how, like, where it bunches up, how it spreads apart, all the little things. But honestly, I'd make that call on like the end of Friday after practice once you've had a good look at what's kind of going on.
Now, the other thing I could do too, say it does work fine for 12 car mains. What we could do is do 10 car qualifying to make the qualifying more exciting, more space.
This is what I'll tell you about that. ENATs this is what they did at ENATs. ENATs, everybody made the show, top 12 made the show. But in qualifying, there was only 9 trucks per heat in qualifying, and there was only 11 e-buggies in each qualifier. But they put 12 in the
give you
show
room.
just to give
Right.
you that little bit of extra room. And that
Yeah,
was
exactly. Yeah.
So, I mean, 10 in a qual, I think people would appreciate for sure.
Yeah, that's what I like. I like the
'cause-
open ability
Yeah.
to really see what guys can do with open space, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because if once it's in the main, it's like you start all together. You have the space, you can make the space. Where the quals, you start with a little bit of space in between, so everyone's kind of jumbled all over. So I mean, maybe a little less in the qual and more in the mains would be better. But again, either way,
Yeah.
I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, you're qualifying, right? It's all about what you can do for qualifying, and then when it comes to the mains, it's okay. Now you're racing everybody that you qualified with and your ability. So have at her.
Yeah.
It's all 12 of you guys. Give her.
Yeah.
So they are kind
Sure.
of two different scenarios, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome. And let's not forget, well, Douglas doesn't know about this, but there are 4 bumps. Like, I know Douglas doesn't know about it, but there actually is 4 bump ups for all of the classes. So keep that in mind. You have, what would that be, a 40% chance of getting bumped up?
Yeah, the only way that would happen for Douglas is if we could keep him in the B main somehow. That's the only way he'll know about bump ups. So
Yeah, we have to do something.
yeah,
Well, we tried starting him last. We tried starting him backwards. We tried starting him from the pit lane. Like we've tried like quite a few things to give Douglas the challenge, but yeah, it's
yeah,
definitely crazy.
yeah. The bump game is definitely gonna be fun. I kind of scrapped the idea of the 6
Ooh.
bump up thing. So 4 bump ups. What's this? Or 60%? What was that? What did Porty say?
He said our 60% don't, because
Yeah,
like if you're not in the top four, you ain't getting the bump.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Here
no,
we
I think
go.
the 4
All
bump
right,
up game will be good. Douglas has
let's
to
see if we can do this.
and ball
I'm
tires.
telling you.
Yeah,
Yeah, he could run my lunch bag and still like I would just want the bologna sandwich out of it first, and he'd go full send. I'm telling you, it don't matter. Kid's on fire, especially after this weekend. Yeah, he will break only because I have chips in there too, and a little bit of pop. But of course he'll break. But like the thing is, obviously, John, we'll ask you this: how many qualifiers are we going for?
3 for sure.
Okay.
So three rounds of qualifying, best 2 of 3 and 12 points. Would love to go for 4. It's some people have already messaged me. It's all weather dependent at this point. So we're
Oh,
definitely going for 3. We'll definitely try for 4 if the weather will let us. So, but
yeah.
we're going to go for 3, see where the time is taking us, and then possibly go for 4 as long as things are going well. Because I want to start Friday night as long as we can, as long as we can do that.
Yeah. Hey, what
We've
time
had a
are you
rough
running?
summer. We've had a rough, kind of a rough summer with rainy weekends and fake rain weekends, I guess you could call it. But hopefully things are going to straighten out.
Yeah.
Hey, what tires are you running at the ENATs, bud?
I ran snipers on buggy and magic squares on truck.
Nice.
Yeah.
And this one here, how was Mayfield in person? Was he a helpful teammate? Have you spoken to him yourself?
I had a little bit of small talk with him, nothing in length or in depth. He's super chill. He's super chill. There's times where he can like maybe get a little bit trigger happy on the track, but he's super chill. Like he's very like he's very in his zone, but he's very approachable and he's super nice.
Super nice.
Super nice.
Yes. Yeah, it was awesome because I was kind of messing around with Adam Drake, which I signed up for the Drake Clinic coming up at Tarkar, and looking forward to them talking to the kids because maybe they'll listen to somebody else other than their dad, but whatever. But when we were talking to Drake and he was looking at some stuff and everything like that, that's when Mayfield signed his winning truggy body, which is funny because now they run bruggy bodies. So like we actually have the championship truggy body from Ryan Mayfield
That's
with
awesome.
Nathan's name on it. Oh, dude,
That's
the guy's so nice. Like I was nervous to talk to him because he was like over in his thing doing whatever, and I'm like, I'm not going to even say boo to this guy. Where Adam Drake was all bubbly and, hey, come on over.
Yeah.
We were drinking Coors and this and that.
Yeah,
and then finally Mayfield looks up and he's like, oh, are you Canadian? Like, you got a weird accent or something, eh? And I'm like, I guess. Yeah, man. What's up? I'm like, I've been following you forever. Super nice. And then he like put his stuff down because I wasn't going to bug him when he was like working on stuff. So that's the number one thing I learned about pros. If they're in the middle of something, do not disturb them. But after that, they're willing to do anything for you. It's crazy, man. And he was super nice. And once we actually had a few pops or adult pops, it was on, man. Like he was letting it go. He's a very good person to open up to. So let's see here. Remember, peeps, we're making fun of the techno bruggy body, and now everybody runs them.
That's true.
Yeah. Oh, Steve, Lutz was awesome too, man. Yeah. I remember the first time I met Lutz, I couldn't believe how freaking tall he was. And then one of our team managers ordered a whole bunch of pizza and this and that, and he's like, hey, while we're doing this, why don't we Borehorse is tall too. Why don't you let me take a look at your teak and stuff? I'm like, oh, okay, you know, not thinking anything of it. He's like, just make sure you rebind your controller, put your brakes back to 100%, and then bring them back down to about 60, and you should be good. Well, I went out. It was at PNB. I went out for my next quality, and I overshot the first jump so freaking crazy. I was like, "What the frick?" I had to get him to turn it down a scotch because like I could not hold on to that thing. It was like overkill. I was like, "You
Yeah.
lutzed it, man. You lutzed it." But it was definitely cool to meet all those guys and kind of like schmooze with them and stuff like that because we were pitting in with the pros by accident at PND because we didn't know any better. So it was kind of funny to be in the mix with those guys. So since we got the Nitro Blast coming up next weekend, we know the format, we know the competition, and we kind of know what to expect. And let's face it, man, the weather – it's said that it's going to thunderstorm every freaking other day lately, and I think it's just because of the heat. And I feel that the O-Town bubble will be in full effect. I know we'll make the best of it either way, but man, I think a lot of people are looking forward to coming out there and having a blast because man, it's been a long time coming. And I know I've been fortunate enough to be invited to John's place, even though there was no events. And man, boy, oh boy, was it was so much fun. And I'm looking forward to seeing all the people in and around the pits again and just having a good time. It's the people that make the environment. And if everybody comes in there with the attitude that I know they can, it will be one of those events for the ages. This is the Nitro Blast 2023. Epic event on the horizon. 5.5 more sleeps. It's gonna be sick. Douglas,
I have been watching the track and learning lots about it. Not treating the track actually soaks that rain in pretty fast and it dries up pretty fast. That's what I'm like, and the runoff is fantastic too. So I have lots of pluses on my side.
That's good.
Hey, Steve is saying Douglas contact about the Mugen Challenge.
All good. Sounds good.
Yeah, are you going to the Mugen Challenge?
I'm up in the air still. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, because you got that track pretty dialed, dude. You'd want to go back there, I'm sure. Better not rain. We haven't been Johns forever. Agreed. Ethan, we are going no matter what. John is going to get the event in. We will do everything in our powers to make sure that everybody has a good time. It'll be a lot of fun. He's saying Chris wants you there, but I think a lot of us want you there just to go back and show everybody how it's done because you were unstoppable at the last event they had there. What was that? The Big Apple race or something like that?
No, last one was at LCRC. Was the last Mugen Challenge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Would they have multiple Mugen challenges or something?
No, it was last time I was there was last year.
But when you went to where they just had the Nats, what was the race there?
Oh, Rumble in Rome.
Thank you, Rumble in Rome, because
Yeah.
you crushed everybody there, man. You got ripped off in one of the mains, but other than that, you were definitely the kid to beat. Like that must have got your confidence up a little bit, and then this last weekend, you got to be on cloud 9. I can't wait for you to go back and watch some of the replays, and I can't wait for you to scroll through Facebook and see how everybody was supporting you and backing you and sending you good vibes, bud.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Something I want to mention right now, if you don't mind, in regards to tires or tire wear with the surface. Now, with all the treatment that I've been giving the surface, it's basically taken away a lot of the tire wear because it basically polishes and the tire wear has been lower. But now that we're exposing the actual surface, and the surface has changed a lot over the years, it just holds together better. Lots of composted manure in it. That helps too. But remember that my track originally has been sandy. So we're still dealing with sand. So when you think of sand, that's been kind of, you could say, glued. Now, mind you, I've taken like 4 bucket loads of sand away from my track just in the past couple of weeks from all the heavy rains that we've had. So I literally taken them right off the track, but still it's there. But there's a lot of clay content in the track. So just expect tire wear, not because I've added anything. I haven't added anything, but expect tire wear, but expect an off-road surface too.
Yeah, expect true off-road. Like, we are going off-road racing. So, hey, Jeremy has a great question for you, Douglas. And it was one that,
Absolutely not.
right.
Absolutely not. And I'll tell you what, I had to change my cars so much to get the car to work on the surface because it didn't rain this entire weekend. It was drier than dry could be the entire weekend. So I would say absolutely not.
What was this question?
Oh, he basically wanted to know, because Douglas went there and destroyed everybody at Rumble, did it give him an advantage going to the Nats?
Oh, okay.
And I wanted to say, no, it didn't, because the conditions were light and day difference.
Yeah, way different.
And when it glazed up, going into the latter rounds of the mains, it didn't happen when it was Rumble. So that right there would throw anybody for a loop unless you can adjust your driving style on the fly. And actually, you had a rough first couple laps because of that, didn't you?
Yeah, it wasn't the best couple laps, that's for sure. It was definitely like sketchy, that's for sure. But
yeah,
it wasn't too bad.
It kind of got like super slippery, didn't it?
Yeah, it was really weird. It was really slippery. Yeah.
Nice.
One thing I did notice with my track surface is the surface is really awesome to drive on when it's wet.
Yeah. Really lots of high grip, I assume.
I wouldn't call it high grip, but it just feels very off-roady. Like it's like you're driving on an off-road surface with some loose dirt, but it's wet and it's not dusty. You could see like the race line, right? It was just really cool. So I think it was the one practice test I did. I guess it'd be like 2 weekends ago or whatever, maybe 3 weekends ago. But the track was damp. It was dry, so I had a chance to test both scenarios. It was dry, and then I think I had to go to work yes, that's right. I had to go to work that day, and I came back at night because we got rained out from work, and the track was wet. And yeah, what a difference. The difference between dusty and wet was really cool. So I'm hoping everybody gets a chance to test both in case we're experiencing both scenarios. I mean, I'm going to water the track as much as I can if I have to, so to keep the dust down and try to keep it consistent. So yeah, I look forward to that part.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I know we got Jared Barden on the mic, so that's going to be a good time. We got a couple people that I haven't seen raced in a while signed up, so it's going to be cool to see them back in action. And even this weekend, getting to race with Brad Dagenet, oh my God, like he's a blast from the past. I haven't raced with him in 6+ years, so it was cool to see him out. And I told him about O-Town, and unfortunately, being in North Bay, it's a little bit of a drive to get to John's track, but definitely miss seeing him around the track. So,
Adam, sorry. I have to go.
Yeah, bud.
I'm sorry. I gotta go.
No, man. I appreciate you being on. Congratulations again, and thanks for jumping on board, bud.
I'll see you guys next weekend.
All right, see you, bud.
Right, see ya.
See ya.
All right, we will kick him off. Let me go back to this. We will go like that, and we will go like that. There we go. Good to go. Man, I can't even say enough good things about Douglas. And thank you, Douglas, for being on board. I know you just got back, just ate. It still hasn't even sunk in yet. And I do appreciate you coming on board the show. And it was definitely super cool. A lot of people are looking forward to it. Yes, definitely looking forward to the Nitro Blast. The whole Mayako, Ontario regional team will be there. Bring it, Matt, because S-Works Canada is going to be in full force as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing Jordan, Nathan Glover, Andrew McCarr, Andrew, and John. Go ahead.
I'm definitely liking what I've been seeing. I mean, I always kind of just watch and listen and just whatever, but I like what I'm seeing developing over the last, I don't know, 5 years, I believe. It seemed like ever since I jumped on board with techno and started that saga, and then left and went to S Works, and then all of a sudden you see Miyako coming out,
Yeah.
and uh the other brands too, WRC. It's cool to see the teams building up, and I really hope that everybody, team leaders, are working on making the teams fun, being a part of the team fun, and like I say, hitting together, sharing ideas, getting out for test sessions. That's something that I can't stress enough about doing that. And my track is always open for that. If any of those teams want to get together, Mayako or Team S Works or Team Techno, if they want to say, hey, we want to come out and just use the track for Saturday or whatever, or even on a Friday or whatever, just message me and just have your own little testing session. It
Yeah,
doesn't
because
have to be
Mugen
private,
was
but
out there in full force too, man. Mugen is making a comeback, and they definitely have a pretty stout team, and it's
yeah,
going to be pretty sick. Yeah, Traxxas is definitely making a comeback. If you're joking about Andy Veter and having the Traxxas sticker on his new whatever he's running, it's pretty funny. Hot
yeah,
bodies, yeah,
hot
like
bodies.
you got
Yeah.
Pounder, you got Steve DeBans, you got a couple people on the Hot Bodies team, and it's going to be pretty sick. But I know the big movers and shakers was Matt Dixon because Mayako picked up two pretty good drivers. Looking forward to seeing their Nitro debut on the track
Mhm.
at John's Place. It's going to be pretty sick. Serpent's going to be there too. Sweet. Yeah, so we're going to
Oh, yeah,
have almost every chassis covered there for sure.
yep.
Oh,
Don't
Martin
forget
St.
TLR.
Yeah, who is
Mhm.
running Taylor? Tommy, right?
Yep, Tommy. Uh, I can't think of anybody else running
Well, the honor
TLR.
and Wipeout because me and you are both running TLR in short bus, baby.
Oh, right, short course. Yes, yes.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Just man, bring your attitudes to have a good time, and I guarantee it will not disappoint. Because let's face it, if it wasn't for John giving us this amazing place to come and enjoy our hobby, we would be lost without him. Especially now that he's been putting in a ridiculous amount of hours. I'll let him tell you all about it. But man, he is doing double duties now. Full-time father, full-time doing his work at the wheat harvest and all that now, and the only guy working on the track. Like, so we got to give
Yeah.
him a huge round of applause for pulling this one off.
Today I have to say really sucked because it was like probably the hottest humid day. I don't know. It just seemed awfully hot today. I mean, I got started on the track early this morning, and thankfully I got the hammering done. And then after that, the humidity just picked right up, and it was like, oh my gosh, like. So I managed to get a few more things done. I got the grass cut, the hayfield cut down because my front yard was like looking like a hayfield. It was so long. So that's all cleaned up. The yard's cleaned up. Um, yeah, I just got some weeds to pull around the track side. My neighbor said he's going to get the grass cut over where we park, so that'll be ready to go. It's just a matter of now get wheat harvest done so that I can give you guys a timeline on when you can show up. Because I mean, I would love to have everybody coming out. Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening. I mean, Thursday evening is definitely happening. It's just some guys want to come out Thursday morning, and I'm like, no, I need to be here when people arrive. So
Yeah.
right now, it's I'll let you guys know as soon as I know. It's all weather dependent as far as getting wheat harvest done, and then I can get my race format, itinerary, and all that stuff sent out to you guys so you know what's going on.
Cool, cool, cool. Looking forward to it, man. All right. So once we get the show going, you are running e-buggy and short course, correct?
That's all I'm running.
And what's your son running this weekend?
E-buggy, E-truggy.
Nice. No nitro for him though.
No, he's no,
He's
Nitro
one.
just retired. Nitro just retired this year, just sitting on the shelf this year. Yeah, I don't know. I never thought about nitro truck. I guess my nitro truck is almost ready to go. Just have to throw the steering links back on. That's about it, I think. And a transponder, I think, is all it needs is a transponder.
Well, I might know a guy that could get you in still.
Yeah, I wouldn't run it. Andrew would be the guy to run it if he wants to run. I'm not running a third class. I'm in chill mode this weekend. So
Yeah, I'm biting off a little bit more than I can chew, but I'm hoping it's going to be good. I felt like I made huge strides this weekend with my e-buggy. I felt like I had a third place car, and I totally donked it, man. I can't believe it on the last lap too. And in my head, I'm like, okay, Adam, all you got to do is just finish one more lap. You got this, guy. Like, come on. And I totally like donkeyed it on the. Oh, it's crazy. Tell
yeah, I
Andrew
mean,
I got a techno truggy.
yeah. So gosh, I'm thinking run.
Yeah.
Oh, nitro. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I got an S-Works druggie that he could run. Just needs a little bit of time to get it set up and ready to go. So yeah, not much. Like I say, throw in the steering linkages and a transponder, I believe, is all it needs. I think it's ready to go.
Cool, cool,
But
cool.
that's if he wants to. Like I say, I don't want him too busy either and whatnot. So, and it's going to be a hot weekend. So just keep that in mind. It's going to be hot. I know there's a cool day, a cooler day, but there's also, I believe, 2 hot days. So that's important for everybody to know that keep cool, keep hydrated.
And for those of you who don't know, Andrew's actually working on his setup. Like he comes over, he does all the wrenching and all that now. It's so cool to see, and it's kind of like weaning off on my kids, and it's helping my kids kind of push and get to the next level. Nathan won the B main, getting the bump to the A today. Michaela finished third in short course A main, so super proud of my little boo there. And it is so cool to see these kids growing up and getting way faster.
I guess he can't. I was going to bring Andrew on for a sec, but he's unexposed.
Yeah, we gotta keep it PG-13. But you know what, man?
Yeah.
We're coming up on 2 hours.
Yeah.
You got anything else you want to add to this show, or are we gonna bust out of here?
No, I think we can conclude. Anything new, I will definitely let you guys know online. But definitely look forward to seeing everyone this coming weekend for Otterville's Nitro Blast National.
Yes, MRG will be there for all your needs. Thank you, Monty, for supporting everybody and all our addictions and having the app track support. Obviously, Summit RC Racing, we miss you, Sean. Speedy recovery. I wish you all the best, sending good vibes your way. And yeah, we will see. Everybody, we got 5.5 sleeps, man. We'll see you later. All right, John, man, thanks for coming on, and I will see you in a few.
All right, cheers.
See ya.